it is a fucking hard lesson to learn, because you're going to be absolutely knackered and fatigued, and you're not actually going to get anything out of it.
A really important point moving on from managing expectations is enabling consistency. So we'll talk about this whole thing of starting small, building gradually, avoiding too much too soon. But the point I'm trying to make here is consistency over intensity. And what I mean by that is trying to avoid that habit of, I missed the gym last couple of days because I was a bit sore from Monday. What I'll do is I'll absolutely smash and blitz today to make up for it. And the problem with that is you're getting into a habit of having no real consistency, going in very sporadically. But when you do go in, you're absolutely destroying yourself to make up for it. You're better off, as I said, consistency over intensity, hitting certain days you can hit every week or whatever, however long you can go, and hitting the sessions with a more calculated approach, because that avoids doing too much too soon. Because if you are going in and blitzing yourself every couple of weeks, whatever, you do run that risk. We spoke about before, doing too much too soon comes with its own problems, which is not desirable when you're first starting out.
Yeah, there's another bit of applicable advice we could give to beginners there as well, and that is to manage your expectations with how much you should be doing.
Sure.
When you first start. So you'll go up to a PT, and a PT might say to you, oh yeah, you need to do 4 sets of this or 5 sets of this. It's like, well, actually, since you're new and you're going to be very susceptible to fatigue and DOMS, just continue the process, or start the process for now just by going into the gym and just doing a couple of sets on a few things. Don't start going high intensity or adding loads of sets. You'll pay for it otherwise. It becomes very hard to recover from. Before you know it, you're dreading going back to the gym, or you can't go back to the gym because you're too sore. You need to take it gradual at first and ease yourself into it.
Just start small, build gradually. You might be a bit disappointed to hear that, because I know you want to get in there and start fucking jumping around, throwing barbells around, launching dumbbells in the air. But unfortunately, it just doesn't. It's not worth it. You might get away with it for a little bit, especially if you're young, because a lot of younger people who go to gym get away with it a little bit more. But when you get older and you try doing that, as Tom will probably say in a second, it makes it a little bit more problematic. All right, so just take it easy, start small, and you'll be better off for it in the long run. I'm
feeling it in my knees just talking about it. I mean, as I said, I wasn't joking earlier when I said I'm actually taking my nephew to the gym on Saturday, and the thing is, he's never really done it before. He's done sports before, but he's never done any kind of proper weightlifting before. But the thing is, I know he's really wanted to get into it. He wants to do it because all his mates are doing it as well. But I'm going in there with the full intention of holding him back a little bit and not letting him go too crazy. And I'll explain to him why as well, and hopefully that'll sink in. But yeah, particularly amongst the youngsters, you can't want to, I bet you can't press this much, or, let's do it, let's max out and all of that. Yeah. And you know what? I'm 34 years old and I'm terrible for overshooting RPE. I've done it today, and I know that I'm supposed to be doing upper body tomorrow, and I know that I'm going to be absolutely fucked. I'm my own worst enemy. But yeah, take it from me, guys. Gradually ease yourself into it. It's always better to underdose it than overdose it. Because if you underdose yourself, what can you do from there? Okay, cool. Next time I come in, I'll just gradually add a little bit more if my body's responding well to it. Or, you don't feel anything's happening, but you're not feeling sore, you're not feeling fatigued, and you're not seeing any changes, okay, up the weight. But if up the weight or up the volume, but if you suddenly go in straight away and do German volume training, 10 sets of 10, it is a fucking hard lesson to learn, because you're going to be absolutely knackered and fatigued, and you're not actually going to get anything out of it, because you're not going to be able to recover and adapt to that amount of stress. It's too much. You haven't got the resources to deal with that amount of stress or volume or intensity.